Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this transformative journey. You see, every day we dive into a powerful conversation about self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself is the first step to living a fulfilling life. You can expect insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories. Plus, we'll occasionally welcome special guests who will share their unique perspectives on self-love and personal growth. So get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. Because it's time to embrace the beautiful person that you are. So let's elevate our lives one episode at a time. Now let's get started. All right, my beautiful people. Well, welcome to the final Transfer Tuesday here of April. I'm your host, Nyomi Banks, and today we are drawing together all the threads of our mindfulness and presence journey before we transition into May's exploration of nurturing relationship. Well, yesterday on Mindset Monday, Dr. Will has shared such a profound wisdom about mindfulness and relationships, on how being truly present with others means noticing the quality of our breath when we're with them. So do you breathe deeply or freely, or is your breath shallow or constricted? And as he said, does this person make me breathe deep? Or does this person make me breathe shallow? That's how you protect your peace. And tomorrow you hear from my powerful conversation with Cesar Cardona, who reminds us that being fully present is actually experiencing eternity. Not as something after life, but right here in the moment when we break free of the illusion of time. You know, these perspectives of presence have me reflecting on what I'm calling our present moment legacy. The lasting impact that we create, not just through what we'll leave behind someday, but through how fully we show up right now in this very moment. But before we dive deeper into this conversation, let's take a break, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love, and we'll be right back.
Ready to transform how you think about love and mental health? This May, join host Nyomi Banks and Dr. Will Washington and expert guests on Love and Mental Health, a powerful 4-part series exploring relationships through the lens of mental wellness. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Ask Nyomi, Bridging the Gap. Do you have a story to share? Your experience matters. Email us at asknyomi@gmail.com and be part of the conversation that's changing lives.
All right, my beautiful people, well, welcome back. So before we dive deeper into this, let's ground ourselves with one last mindfulness practice for our April series. This time we'll use the nose in, nose out breathing exercise. All right, so are you all ready? All right, close your eyes. Feel comfortable doing so. And I want you to bring your awareness to the sensation of the air flowing through your nostrils. And I want you to notice how it feels cooler as you inhale. So inhale through your nose. Hold. Now exhale through your nose. Inhale again. And exhale. Now with each breath, I want you to silently repeat to yourself. Breathe in peace. Breathe out understanding. And as you continue breathing, I want you to notice the quality of your breath right now. Is it deep and nourishing? Or is it shallow and constricted? Whatever you observe right now, I want you to just notice it without judgment. Inhale through your nose. Hold. Exhale out your nose. Now I want you to bring your mind some way to someone you love. Now, as you imagine being in this present, I want you to notice if anything changes in your breathing pattern. This awareness is a gift. It shows you where you're truly at peace. Now take 3 more conscious breaths in, feeling the eternal nature of this present moment. This moment where past and future dissolves and only now exists. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes and carry this awareness with you as we continue the conversation. All right, my beautiful people, if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, it's something we do every day, Monday through Friday. All right, so we often think of legacy as something that happens after we're gone. You know, the money we leave behind, the business we built, the memories, the people we hold on to, right? But what if our most powerful legacy is actually being created moment by moment through how fully present we are right now? You see, yesterday, Dr. Will has shared something profound about mindfulness in relationships. He said it's not what I think, but it's how you feel. This simple shift from focusing on our thoughts to honoring others' feelings is very revolutionary. It moves us from judgment to curiosity and from rigidity to openness. This reminds me of what Cesar was there tomorrow about staying curious instead of judging. He says, I wonder what got them to the scenery. I wonder why they got to this place of believing or doing that thing. This curiosity, this willingness to understand rather than judgment, that's the legacy that we can create in every interaction. You know, Dr. Will, he mentioned something that stopped me in my tracks. He talked about how many of us want reciprocity in our relationships. Perhaps we should start with reassurance. Let's just start with reassurance, he said. This wisdom applies to our relationship with ourselves too. So before demanding what we show up perfectly, before demanding that we show up perfectly, perhaps we need to reassure ourselves that we are okay exactly as we are. And this connects beautifully what Cesar will share tomorrow about being kind to yourself first. He says this kindness breaks yourself away from any wins or losses. Both of those have to do with polar opposite. They both are in the realm of time. So what exactly do that mean by present moment legacy? It's the impact that we create through how we show up right now. Not someday, not when we are more healed, not when we have more time or resources, but in this very moment. I see 3 dimensions to this present moment legacy, and they each draw from wisdom that we explore throughout the month. First, let's talk about breathing awareness. Dr. Will taught us that our breath reveals our truth, that when we're not being authentic, our breathing changes. It becomes shallow, constricted. Our legacy of authenticity becomes with this simple awareness. Am I breathing freely in this moment? Am I breathing freely in this moment? With this person, in this situation? Your breath doesn't lie. And listening to it, it creates the legacy of truth. And now the second dimension, we're going to call that curious presence. So both Dr. Will and Cesar emphasizes on the power of curiosity over judgment. So when we approach others with genuine wonder instead of assumptions, we create a legacy of understanding. And this isn't about agreeing with everyone. It's about seeking to understand before being understood. In the third dimension, this is self-kindness. Using self-kindness as a revolution. Throughout this month, we returned again and again to the importance of being gentle with ourselves. In Monday's episode, Dr. Will shared on how he tells people when he's having a tantrum, a moment when he needs space to process. And then tomorrow, Cesar will emphasize on that being kind to yourself comes first. You see, this radical self-compassion creates a legacy of permission for others to treat themselves with the same tenderness. Now, I've been thinking about my own journey with these three dimensions. Remember earlier this month when I had to take a break due to my vertigo, that I was practicing all these three, listening to my body signals through my breath, approaching my limitations with curiosity rather than judgment, and just showing myself the kindness of rest instead of pushing through. Now, as we close out our April exploration of mindfulness and presence, I want to share something powerful that Dr. Will said yesterday. He talked about erasing the finish line, about how all of the real stuff, all of the fun stuff in between the race and not at the end. Just focusing on that. Focusing on the real stuff, the fun stuff in between that race and not the end. You see, this insight, this is a very transformative insight, right? You see, for so long, I was focused on building something impressive, being number one, winning awards, reaching certain milestones. But this month of mindfulness has shown me that true fulfillment isn't waiting at some imaginary finish line. It's right here. It's how deeply I breathe, how curiously I approach others, and how kind I treat myself. I hate to share this with you because I want you to hear tomorrow's show, but Cesar will also share tomorrow that every single thing that you need is already within you. All the external things are bonuses. This truth aligns perfectly with Dr. Will has been teaching us all month. This is what I've been saying all month to myself, that the peace we seek isn't somewhere out there. It's found in the quality of our presence right here. So for our final Transform Tuesday assignment in April, I invite you to reflect on your present moment legacy. One, the breathing awareness inventory. Throughout the day and tomorrow, set 3 alarms on your phone. When each alarm sounds, notice the quality of your breath in that moment. Is it deep and nourishing, or is it shallow and constricted? And if it's the latter, ask yourself, what will help me to breathe more freely right now? And then the next one is our curiosity practice. I want you to choose one person you typically find challenging. Instead of your usual thoughts about them, approach your next interaction with genuine curiosity. As Cesar suggests, wonder what experience have shaped them. How might this simple shift change the quality of your connection? And 3, self-kindness commitment. I want you to write down 3 phrases of reassurance that you can offer yourself when you're struggling. Perhaps this too shall pass, or I'm doing the best I can with what I have. But keep these phrases where you can see them and use them as anchors when you notice yourself being harsh with yourself. In our year rebirth workbook, don't forget about that. For April, it has more exercises to deepen these practices, so download it on the Season of Self-Love if you haven't already. So tomorrow, you will hear my conversation with Cesar Cardona as we close our April series. And on Thursday, we will begin our May exploration of nurturing relationships, building directly on foundations of mindfulness that we cultivated this month, all right? So as we transition, I want you to carry with you this truth. Your most profound legacy isn't something you'll leave behind someday. It is what you're creating right now through the quality of your presence. So every breath, every curious question, every moment of self-compassion is shaping not just your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. All right, my beautiful people, have an amazing Tuesday. Thank you for listening to the Season of Self-Love. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovering and empowerment here at the Season of Self-Love podcast. Remember, embracing self-love is a continuous journey, and we're so glad to have you with us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. And don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Season of Self-Love. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also on their self-love journey. Now, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like for us to explore, we love to hear from you. Email us at seasonofselflove@gmail.com and let your voice be heard. So until next time, take a moment for yourself today and remember, you are worthy of love, joy, and all the beautiful things that life has to offer.